Hello, this is my video for Embrace Ultra's 3 Castle 50km race, which happened on the 31st of May 2025. It was the first edition of the race last year, and then I had volunteered at one of their races and I got an entry into this year's race. So I'd signed up to this race for quite a while, and I knew it was happening, and it still came round super quick. Like, before I knew it, it was time to run 31 miles. My training had been going very well. I'd been quite consistent, been getting into my long runs, going to the gym, and then I'd had a problem with my lower back or hip and I wasn't sure what, but it was causing quite a bit of pain, so I did go and see a physio, and I hadn't ran 2 weeks before the race, and then I did a couple of little races, and the physio basically said, oh, I don't think you should probably do it, but he was like, I'm not going to tell you not to, it's up to you to make the right call. So obviously, as any terrible runner does, I did the race anyway. I just thought, because the cut-offs are what they are, I think it was 9-hour cut-off, it was an 18-minute average mile, I think. So actually, with a pretty fast walk the whole way, I should be able to do it. So I thought, you know what, I'll just go and have a nice day out from Rochester to Tonbridge, see what happens. I also had a cold the week before, which wasn't wonderful to follow on my lack of running because of my leg. Then I went on holiday, had a cold, always have a cold on holiday, what's that about? And then I did a little tiny run the day before the race. I did 2.5 miles and was like, this is very hot. And I didn't like it, it was so hot. And that was just a little taste of what was to come for the race the next day, as the weather didn't seem like it was going to change. So this is my video for the 3 castles. I do just want to do a little shout out to those people that I talked to during the race or I ran with. There's a few names I can remember, such as Chloe, Julia, Beth, but there was many people I talked to, because I will just talk to anyone. Even I'll just chat, I will just talk, I'll talk about random stuff, I'll just talk. And it was also really nice, those few people that had watched a video last year and had told me they'd watched it last year. That made me just so happy that I had bothered to make the videos in the first place, because that's the idea. Like, I really like watching them back after the event, but if it's encouraged one other person to sign up, then I'm doing something worthwhile with these. I met Beth at checkpoint 2 of this race, and she had Beth written on her t-shirt, so being another Beth, I was like, oh, it's a Beth, and she said how she'd watched my video, and then at the end did complain that Teapot Island was shut, so she couldn't actually get an ice lolly, and she'd been looking forward to it all race. I was also looking forward to an ice lolly from Teapot Island all race, having forgotten that I remember it being on the radio about it shutting, and about them, or it was going to shut, and about them selling up and looking for new owners. And it was shut, and that was slightly disappointing, so I do apologise for that. But yeah, here is my video.
Have a fantastic day out there. All right, everyone. See you when you're in Tonbridge.
Hello, we are 5k, 3.1 miles into the 3 castles, 50k, and it's going well. It's really sunny. Been running with Chloe, but yeah, lots of people over here. It's all nice and colourful. one gel done. Very hard running this ground. Morning! That's a church, not a castle, but it does look very pretty. We're 7.5 miles in, it's very hot. I just stopped to pick up 2 bits of rubbish, but one was full, so I'll save that for later because nothing new on race day. Could you imagine? And then ate orange, one of these, which is empty. And I refuse to believe it was an accident because it was not right in the middle of the path. It's going well so far. It's very hot. You. That looks like Abington Castle. One up on last year. Also not a castle. .2 miles in. Very quiet bit. Very open, very sunny. Plan today, just keep moving forwards and keep drinking. Succeeding at both of those so far, and I've chatted to lots of lovely people. $15 miles in and the second aid station is there. Maybe I won't mess about recording up this time. I'll try. I have changed my settings. Should be good. Aid station 2 done. Some Coke, some water, some crisps, had some sweets, a flapjack, and hopefully I've not messed up my filming. Also saw another Beth who said she'd watched my video, so hello Beth, hope you rest of your race goes well. Got a nice lolly on the route from some Bacon Butty Brigade crew. Don't accept food from strangers unless you're running. It's all okay then. Henderson Lock. Somewhere. Hello. That was a very good ice lolly. Very sticky now, but it was so good. I also have nothing more to say other than it's a lot drier, a lot hotter, and it's quite hard. Quite hard. Oh, I thought I was going over. We are 19-ish miles, just before 19. It's getting there, it's going alright. Not as good as last year's run. Update on the gel that person got rid of. It had a hole in, that's why, but even more reason not to chuck it on the floor. So I'm going to put it in the bin. And third aid station. With some shade. "27 miles. Not really enjoying it, to be honest. It's just hot and tired. But you know, got 4 miles, so we'll do it. We're nearly into Tonbridge though, so that's nice. Feels quite closer now. Just gotta go around Tonbridge. And Rochester Castle, going a slightly different way this time, eh? A little bit confusing. .3 miles. So ready to be done. So close. Oh, I might cry when I finish. Might cry now. There we go. Got to get around the track. So pleased I've done it. So pleased. So there we go. That was the race done. Technically I did it quicker than last year's, but the course was also shorter this year because there was no diversion. So I don't know. But no, I'm actually super pleased. I was so pleased when that was done. It was not easy, like in any sense. It was so hot, and in my training runs I had longest run might have been 17 miles. I don't think I got any higher. I would have loved to have got higher. I hadn't gone into best training. It was my which does seem like a pattern, doesn't it? Maybe I should do some more. But it was my longest run since I did that ultra last year because of the stress fracture and all of that. So I'm actually super pleased that I did it. Quite proud of myself that I'd done it. Got a nice medal. Look at that. Different shape to last year. It's cool. I like the 3D effect. And a nice ribbon on it too. Embrace the challenge. And it certainly was a challenge. I think mostly down to just how warm it was. And I've done maybe 1 or 2 runs in the sun, like where I even bothered to put sun cream on. I think I really kept the pace up until about halfway, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna like do a PB by like 40 minutes, and then got to halfway and was like, no, I'm just gonna finish. And that was my main goal, was just to keep eating, keep drinking, and to finish. Whilst my eating wasn't great, my drinking was really good. I think I definitely drank enough. And I kept going. Might not have enjoyed it all the way, but I did keep going. So yeah, I have a little bit of work to do, a little bit of training. But I had a really good day out. It was a good race. I don't think I feel the need to do this race again next year. I think I'd like to go volunteer it, partly just because I've done it twice now, and yeah, I feel like I've done that route. Like I knew what points were and things. Although I would do quite like the look of their triple trail, so maybe that one next. But yeah, I had a really good day out. The people at the aid stations were lovely, the marshals along the way, just helping at key points was also really good. I thought the signage was really good as well. It was different from last year. It's actually nicely branded, rather than just like arrows, and there's like the ribbons that hang down, which are quite easy to spot. There was a few little points where I was like, oh, is that it? And I was like, yeah, that's it. And at one point I was like, have I got lost? And I was like, no, Beth, there's been nowhere to turn off. You can't have got lost. So I hadn't got lost. The race numbers this year are a thicker plastic too, which is fine, I guess, for waterproofness. But at points I was like, oh, this is really loud, because you could hear it going like fluff, 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 fluff. But yeah, that's it. That's a small point. But I really love talking to everyone. Talked to a lovely lady called Chloe, this is like her long run before her at Race to the Stones, I think she was doing. She did subscribe though, so hello. It was lovely chatting with her at the start, and then I carried on a bit. I did see her at a couple of the checkpoints, and then she finished just behind me. She was just behind me on the track, didn't even notice. Well, I was too busy thinking like, oh god, I've finished. But that was really nice. So we chatted at the end, and then we gave her a lift to the train station. I originally planned to get the train home, but I think the time I finished and that, my boyfriend was like, I'll come pick you up, which was lovely, much appreciated, because the train would have taken a lot longer. Outfit wise, I wore basically the same in terms of shorts and bra and things, although I did have some chafing from my shorts. I didn't feel it at the time at all, and it didn't hurt after. It's just like a bit of graze now, so definitely do something about that, because in a longer run that would not be fun. I drank plenty of water. I had some salt tabs as well, because I am a very sweaty person. Like, honestly, so sweaty. Like, yeah, I did realise, but then it's not until you have to, when you go to the toilet and you pull your shorts up, you realise just how sweaty. But yeah, I'm just a sweaty person, so it's managing that in terms of running and in the heat. I wore my road shoes on this one. So those road shoes, I think I've got 3 pairs the same, so I don't even know how many miles they've done, but they must have done close to 800,000 miles. I just wear them on every run. I've put tape over the back of the heels where it's wearing through. But yeah, I just love them. There's nothing wrong with them, and I would really like another pair the same, but they don't do them anymore because it was quite a few numbers back. But I wore road shoes, absolutely fine. It was a nice paved way for most of it, and then there was that little muddy bit, but that little muddy bit is absolutely tiny, even though I was convinced I was going into that mud. But I didn't. I saved myself. Other than that, yeah, road shoes absolutely fine. I'd say it's a very good race. If you're doing your first ultra, it's a very good race for that. It's a nice 50k. So there we go, my first ultra of the year. Nice 50 kilometers to start, 31 miles, and I'm actually super proud of myself, especially after all the injury stuff last year. It is nice to be back running. And as a Facebook post very kindly told me, 6 weeks till the next one. So I'm just packing all my stuff. So I've currently got 2 pairs of shoes here, which are the same, apart from one pair's older than the other. Not quite sure which way around. So I'm going to decide which pair I want to wear. So this year I'm going to wear road shoes. Last year I wore trail shoes, but it's been a lot drier, so it should all be good. I've got my 5-litre vest with all my badges on the back, which is a Harrier one. I've got my duck shorts and tops and socks to choose. Just socks, not my good socks. Couldn't find my good socks. I've got these ones. I got my windproof. I think I might want it. And then I've got some different gels and shoes and things. There's not much mandatory kit apart from a litre of liquid and a reusable cup. So I've got a reusable cup. Oh, and a fully charged phone. Got my headphones. Didn't have my headphones last year because I ran with Becky. Got a first aid kit. Got some sun cream in here. Some these which are left over from last year. They are in date, but they have been on for quite a few miles. Got some spare batteries, another little bottle, sun hat, sunglasses, and a buff. And yeah.